Hello, it's Sydney here, and I wanted to touch on something that came across my attention. It is an article that came out of Texas, dated 1936, and I thought it was prudent to a feeling that I've had from one of my siblings since they realized that I had certainly changed. And let me go ahead and touch on the article. The article is about a English Olympian who had won uh, a and she was a big winner, probably gold. I'm sorry, it's getting me a little teary to hear about this because it's just proof. It's proof that this happens all the time. That it's not just MTFs that are just, crazy men want to dress up in dresses. Because it's not. I don't dress in dresses. I'm just normal. I'd wear t-shirts and blue jeans, and I'm secure in my womanhood in that. I don't have to go ahead and explore frocks and crazy out of the things unless I want to. But getting on this, she went ahead and had a sex change in 1936 so that she could be with her loved one, which was a woman, and they lived out their days. They died old people and very happy. In Texas. Texas of all places. The place that women have no supposed rights for anything, and oh yeah, and trans people are freaks of nature, and they're demon possessed, and this brings me back to my sibling, which they wanted me to hide myself behind a mask, the mask that I'd hid myself behind most of my youth, and had been destroyed for years before that. I had changed my name, and this was like the first time I had seen her in person, and she was like, "Oh, you could just pretend that you're, not who you are, and you can get yourself a job as a man." And I'm like, what would be the point of getting a job as a man when it's not like it's $1,000 an hour difference? It's not like I would get a good job as a man any more than I would get a good job as a woman. The economy is not there, and it was more to the point of they didn't really want to care. They just wanted to blind themselves to the whole factor of me breaking their reality that this is unworldly. This is not of Earth, and this is stranger than strange. This is very alien. But the truth of the matter is that this is happening all the time. 1936. That predates what is his name? Oh, it's so late. Jack and Jacqueline, and the other most important one, which is all over history, the the movie star who went, Victor and Victoria, predates it, and it's been happening since before media. It's been tradition. It's been seeking. It's been everything that we can be, if we can be. I mean, why fight it? Why fight something that isn't something that you fight? It's like ripping your skull off of your head. or saying that you shouldn't plant your seeds to grow corn. It's unreasonable. And the big problem is that nobody knows or understands this. Many people don't even understand how their food is made. So, I mean, and we eat it and we drink it every day. You know, from Twinkies to McDonald's to anything, we just don't know. I don't know. I don't know everything. And the point is that this is the defense I have for for my sibling who just didn't understand. This is what's happening all the time. How many people transitioned this year alone? More than 1,000. I can tell you more than 1,000 because I'm seeing results on websites for surgeries. I'm seeing people say they're post-op now. I'm seeing people starting their gender journeys into understanding themselves better. And where does that get them? It gets them nowhere happy unless they get there. Okay? You don't forget somebody or say someone's dead just because they got on this ungodly thing called a train and took a ride across the country, but when they came back, oh, they're a demon. They must have come back on that metal contraption from Satan, right? There it goes. It just goes right off the bridge, right off the edge of reality. And that's what's gotten so many human beings, in trouble. And this reality is just not knowing that it's not important. It's not important that they don't know. It's important that they go ahead and just realize that person, me, to my sibling, I'm live. And even better, I'm me. I'm not going to pretend I'm going to be a drug dealer for the rest of my life or something. I'm not going to pretend I'm a lawyer and tell you legal advice and schmuck it up like a big lie just right across the face, just like a big lie. In fact, this is one of the biggest people I know is a big liar. Dorothy Gale, from Wizard of Oz, also known as Judy Garland. Or, not Judy Gale. I said Judy Gale. Dorothy Gale. Anyways, it's too late at night. She was a big person with a big mask, and she never let it down. Her daughter suffered for it. It's in biographies that weren't even written by the family. That she was so covered in this mask that nobody could understand where she was. Right here, the Judy Garland. Who was she? Nobody ever knows. Never ever knows. Nobody will ever know. Not even her daughter. People like that are probably the worst. They're the Satan to their own self. If you want to believe in evil, they have the evil of yourself. Just ripping at your soul, not at your face, but just hides everyone's view of you, because they can't tell what you are, who you are, what you do. They can't tell. All they know is, that you were in a movie, like the movie, or you were, you had a vlog and you talked about trans issues. And yes, I get that all the time. I am probably one of the first generation of YouTubers and I have taken huge hiatuses. I don't have the following that I used to. And I'm actually appreciative for that, because there was a lot of people who did not understand me. But the people who listen to me now, they're taking the time to pay attention or get rid of me. So, I'd rather be seen for what's right here than to put another mask on and be false. This is my Halloween mask for when I do a witch. It's funny, and it's coming up on Halloween, so I brought it out. And it really makes a big point, because this is not me. This is never going to be me. I'm not the Wicked Witch, and that's another reason why I have the Wizard of Oz. I'm never going to be the Wicked Witch. I mean, but I understand how she feels like I deserve stuff, but with me, I've come to terms with the fact that I can't go ahead and have all that stuff. I can't come to that transition the way everyone else does. I don't know how to get there from here. And nobody is going to be able to tell me. I've come to that understanding too. You either find the doctor you need, or you don't. And you suffer for it until you find something that you need and it comes forward. You may not have the money. Money may come to you. You may have to do something horrible for yourself to get it. And I don't promote that. I don't think that it's fabulous to do things like that. I'd rather just live how I am, suffering in the small bits that I can't change, than hide myself behind a mask or sell myself into the worst mask ever, which is I'm going to hide myself once I do something horrible for myself to get myself to that end. All for the ends, as they say. I don't think I'm willing to do that. How about you? Are you willing to cover yourself up just to go ahead and meet your ends? Because I'm not willing to go ahead and be a boy. I'm not willing to go ahead and be a prostitute. I'm not against prostitution. I think that there's time, place, and need for it in multiple ways. But it's not something everyone should do. It's not a job. It's a way. That's it. Just like a road people take. Same thing with putting the mask back on. Detransitioning. It's a way. A way of getting from A to B. And it's not nice. It's never nice. In fact, one of my really good friends, and she'll never be able to do right by herself until she gets to some ends where she satisfies someone else with the mask. She covers herself up enough. Maybe they'll go away happy, and then she'll be able to come back. She's still a friend of mine. We still talk. But it's horrible. It's just as bad as if you went ahead and just like took a pair of scissors or something and cut your face off. It's that bad. You have to live with it every day. And then even once you've passed that point where that person's happy that you had to put this on for again, you still have to live with the fact that you lost all that time that time that you could have been happier. And it was all for a person that wasn't happy with you. They were happy with this piece of plastic, but they weren't happy with you. And that goes for my siblings. There's been fights so bad that we got into fists, and I worried if cops would be called. Some have it worse than me, and I hope that they don't have to go to the farthest end of that. I hope that they depart from that. Get on that train and leave town. Let them think you're dead, because it's not worth it. It's not worth you putting the mask back on, or worse, selling yourself short to go ahead and get some ends when it's not truly you getting there, it's someone else. It'll be someone else. Yeah, like always. I'll see y'all later. And this is Sydney. And remember, transition's happening everywhere, all the time. And your parents and your siblings and your coworkers need to know about it. Tell them about some YouTuber who's transitioning. Tell them how they got beat up, how they went ahead and lived with people who wanted them to be something else. And don't forget to be honest. There's stories out there all the time. Just look it up. Just look up problems. TG space problems on YouTube. You'll find them. So, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.